can. I'm not used to performing in front of this many people. Thank you for being here. Screw COVID.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of washing my hands every time I poop. The social distancing was hard for me because I'm Italian. You don't know times we like to hug, we like to kiss each other goodbye. Sometimes we get fired for it. Because it makes people uncomfortable. Like my roommate, he's not Italian. I remember the first time my roommate saw my Italian father and I kiss each other goodbye. He was like, ew. Do you kiss your dad in public? And I was like, yeah. Yeah, you know what'd be weird? If I only kissed him in private. I was like, hey, Pops, let's get out of here. Alright, proper goodbye. And I don't want to exaggerate. My dad wasn't like born in Italy or anything, but he always told me that like in about the 1930s, I think, my great-grandpa Luigi, which is his actual name, my great-grandpa Luigi and my great-grandma Donkey Kong immigrated to Italy. When people ask where I'm from, I'm like, Nintendo. I know sometimes I tell that joke, some Italian's gonna be like, who the hell do you think about it? And I'll be a smart ass and be like, it's a me, Mario. And I'll get canceled, I'll have to go on Twitter and be like, I'm so sorry. I used to be a theater kid, but you can tell, right? And I look like before I wake up, I whisper to myself, 5, 6, 7, 8. I went to college for musical theater, and then I went on to get a master's in imagination. I was known in show business as a triple threat. Threat number 1, I can act. Threat number 2, I can sing. And threat number 3, I'm annoying. It's a very easy degree to get. My classes were actually called movement and voice and other things I had studied as a baby. My only academic class was called Accounting for Actors, which was like regular accounting, but with a focus on negative numbers. I have been an actor. I've been an actor for longer than I've been a comedian, but you don't recognize me from anything because I mostly do extra work. Which, if you don't know that, that's where you're like on screen in TV and movies, but you don't have any lines. The only thing separating you from furniture is furniture doesn't have dreams. Work on Wolf of Wall Street with Leonardo DiCaprio, and I know it's depressing because I've never been closer to everything I've ever wanted to get further away. It would be like if the love of your life were naked on top of you, getting railed by Leonardo DiCaprio. It's kind of cool that you're there, but you're not going to tell your mom and dad to watch it. My mom and dad, they're divorced. Round of applause for your divorced parents. So happy, but so what's your name?
Mark.
Mark, how old were you when your parents got
4.
divorced? 4. So it was your fault.
Yeah.
I relate. Mark. My parents got divorced when I was 7 days old. So like most kids, my first word was mama, but my next 5 words told me to tell you. It was so ugly. The judge ruled I could decide where I wanted to live, so I moved in with the judge. They got joint custody, and the custody agreement was so complicated, it could have been on the SATs. It would be like if Gianmarco's mom is Jewish, and his dad's birthday is the first night of Hanukkah, then how much Zoloft will he need? Sometimes people ask which parent did you like more, and it's hard to choose. Because when your parents get divorced, there's always like the more responsible parent and the dad. Like my father. My father was fun. Like when my dad packed me lunch for school, he would always slip 3 candy bars into my pack of cigarettes. He's got a new girlfriend, and I like my dad's new girlfriend because we have a lot in common, like being born in 1988. He likes dating younger, I like dating older. So when we go on a double date, it looks like a family dinner. And I don't know if you can relate to my divorce jokes, but you will someday. The reason I like telling them, I like sharing them. I like sharing them because I did a family show once in Times Square. I did a family show, and after the show, this kid ran up to me. He was there with his mom, and he couldn't have been older than 6 years old, but he came right up to me. He was like, "My parents are divorced, and you're really funny." And that's why I do this, to meet single moms. And as hard as the divorce was, it's why I became a performer. Because as much as my mom and dad fought, as much as they bickered, whenever I was cast in the school play or the school musical, my parents would show up together on opening night. And my dad would bring this big bouquet of daffodils, because my mom is allergic. It's very sweet of you. I don't know, it's been a tough year with all the COVID stuff. You have to be delusional to do this, and I am. I was getting my license renewed at the DMV, and the woman right before she took my updated picture, she was like, "Wait a second, aren't you famous?" And I was like, "Maybe." Think how delusional it is for a second. I'm not in any movies. I'm not in any TV shows. I'm not famous by any stretch of the imagination, which means that woman from the DMV is from the future. Just, these aren't notes, they're just positive affirmations. So you're smart, you're talented, it's the audience's fault. It's hard. New York feels like such a mess right now. I saw a guy smoking crack on the train. I was like, where the fuck's your mask? Even this homeless guy agreed with me. He was like, that's unsanitary. I got the booster, of course. It was kind of, I got the Moderna for the first 2 shots, and then for the booster all I had was Pfizer, and I asked the pharmacist, I was like, is it okay to mix? And she was like, sure. What the fuck, sure, alright? I didn't ask, should I watch The Sopranos, okay? There are some words you don't want to hear a doctor say, sure, oops, forget about it. I can be loud. Once I did a show with a drag queen and she told me to take it down and yeah, I know, right? I don't know, I'm getting older. I turned 33 this year. And I felt it for the first time because I got a new doctor that's younger than me. And like, I don't want to be ageist, but like too young. Like at the beginning he was filling out my chart and he was like, how often do you drink? I was like, oh, I have 2 or 3 beers every week. He was like, could you buy me some? That's too young. And he said if I needed anything to reach out to him on TikTok, so I guess that's it. I love being on this show. I used to think I was going to be on Broadway, but I'm not a very good singer. I know I'm not a very good singer because I've only been booked to sing 3 times in my entire life, and they've all been for my grandparents' funerals. And I know, but the priest said it was a nice reminder there's things worse than death. I sang for both my grandpa's funerals, and then my grandma, my dad's side. That was extra sad because it means that I only have 1 concert left. I've been calling it my farewell tour. Me and Father Divine on the organ. We've been touring all around Florida. Next on TBD, but soon called The Variants. Alright, I see you guys live. I have been touring as a comedian, and I had some male comedian friends like, oh dude, you're gonna be drowning in pussy. I was like, good thing my girlfriend got me these floaties. We've been dating for about a year, so we're almost done. And like her a lot, but she has night terrors. She has night terrors. She started getting night terrors after she got mugged at Penn Station, which is how we met. I stole her purse, she stole my heart. And if you've never been with someone with night terrors, she wakes up multiple times a night screaming, she can't breathe, she'll be like, what was that? What was that? And then she'll go right back to sleep. But not me. And I know sleep deprivation is not a big deal, it's just what they use in Guantanamo Bay. But her friends will meet me and they'll be like, your boyfriend's kind of cranky. Bitch, I haven't slept in a year. Okay? You take him for the night. They come to my birthday where you don't know anybody. Like imagine, if you called 911 3 times a night, like, there's a fire! And they're like, what's your address? And you're like, but you blame 911 for not wanting to move in with you yet? And it's not just emergencies. Sometimes she has night terrors where she says shit about me. And I can't fight back because she's asleep. So I decided the only way to get even is to have night terrors too. In the middle of the night I'll be like, you're mean to your little sister because she's prettier than you. I saw a couple surprised faces now that I brought up the girlfriend. I'm straight but I'm very theatrical, you know? So like I finger women but only with jazz hands, if that makes sense. No, I went to so many acting. I've seen a lot of men come out of the closet in acting class. It's really interesting. I did this musical theater program, and there was this 18-year-old gorgeous guy. But he was from this very conservative part of South Dakota called South Dakota. He was doing a romantic scene with a woman, and it wasn't going very well. And all of a sudden, in the middle of the scene, he started crying. And the teacher asked him, he said, what's wrong, are you okay? And he was like, I know, I'm just having trouble connecting with the scene because I think I might be gay. And without batting an eye, the teacher was like, do you like watermelon? And he was like, what the Yeah, I like watermelon. He said, oh, do the scene again. But just pretend she's a big, juicy watermelon. And that sounds like some acting mumbo jumbo, but they did the scene again and it was so good. That guy is now married to a woman shaped like a watermelon. I just think it's unfair sometimes. I think men don't have as much room to explore without being labeled gay or straight. Like, I know so many women that make out with other women and still call themselves straight, and that's fine. But if I ever made out with my buddy Chris, you know what I'm trying to say? Finally. Good. You guys are very, very sweet. You know, my girlfriend right now, she's Jewish. I had to date another Jew. I once went on a date with a Mormon, and she asked me if I go to Jewish church. And I was like, sweetheart, they're called delis. I've been learning more about the Jewish culture through her. Like a couple nights ago, she was giving me a blowjob, and I heard her go. I was flattered for a second. She explained she was just saying a Hebrew prayer for me to finish. I know, this is not for you guys. You guys put on your nice jewelry for this. I'm so sorry. As you guys know, it's surviving the 1918 flu. I'm just kidding. No, you're very sweet. You are probably executive producer, so I should shut the fuck up. Oh, I don't know. My career, I did make my speaking TV debut last year on Law & Order SVU. I played Ice-T's waiter, which was a small part, but I wanted to do well on TV. So to prepare for the role, I actually became a waiter for 12 years. I had an audition many years ago for Game of Thrones. And obviously I didn't get it, or I wouldn't be doing this shit, but I walked in the room, I was ready to go, and the director said to me, first we need to see you in your underwear, which is not what I was expecting. So I put my underwear back on. You remember the character Littlefinger? That's named after me. It's hard being an actor. What am I supposed to do for fun? You know, go to the movies, watch my friends doing better than me? And I have to audition for all those horrible shows, Law & Order, all these weird procedurals. I always think those shows are so weird because like they deal with murder and death and dying, but they're on network TV.
Yeah.
So no one behaves like they actually would in real life. I saw an episode of Law and Order. There was some woman, some guy who was taking out the trash from like a restaurant. He opened the trash can and there was like a dead body there. He was like, "Oh my God, I think she's dead." Let me tell you, if I were taking out the trash and I opened up the trash crate and there was a dead body, I'd be like, "Fuck! What the fuck? Oh, fuck me in the fucking cunt! God damn it!" And you think that's overreacting? That's how I reacted to the dead mouse in my apartment. Guys, that is my time. Thank you.